Every day that I use this beautiful internet service, I find myself more and more amazed at just how human we are. And what I'm talking about is the fact that we forget that there are pieces of us that are not seen in the light by many. And when it gets exposed, people are so surprised. This is a reminder of that. Let's talk.
What's the goddamn button? What's the goddamn button?
David Pierce, a famous and well-known producer, gets 146 years for murder and rape. Who would have thought? Roll the footage.
A self-styled Hollywood producer and nightlife promoter was convicted of murdering two models that he picked up at a rave in 2021. David Pierce drugged the women and then raped them. But when neither woman showed any signs of life, he didn't call 911. He instead dumped their bodies outside of two separate hospitals. Pierce was convicted of that, but also a slew of other horrible crimes that we didn't even know about back then, like the rape of 7 other women who survived and who came forward after news of his arrest. And here's another update. This week, Pierce was back in an LA courtroom where a judge called him charming and smart, and in her words, the worst kind of criminal. And then the judge gave Pierce the maximum sentence, 146 years in prison, 25 to life for each murder, and the rest of the time for the rapes. Even now, the defense says prosecutors twisted the facts and are punishing an innocent man for a party gone wrong. Rhonda Dixon is one of Pierce's attorneys, and this is her first national TV appearance post-sentencing. Rhonda, thank you so much for being on with me right now. I've got so many questions. 146 years, ouch. What is the basis for the appeal that I know you already have planned?
There's numerous bases for the appeal. Besides ineffective assistance of counsel, which is one that's always thrown in here, I think he got let down. He had 7 different attorneys. We talked from the very beginning, and he just also, I think he was too involved in his own defense and didn't, unfortunately, he didn't get the help that he needed until it was too late. So in my new trial motion, I make a lot of points, and one of the points is that during the indictment, there's one of the doctors, Dr. Pedro Ortiz, who states that there's a difference between manner of death and cause of death. Medical examiners can opine about the cause of death, which was multiple drug interactions, but the manner of death, homicide, accidental, suicide, those are all things that the trier of fact has to figure out. That means the jury. So early on in this case, there was a narrative. For instance, like you said, he dumped the bodies. Before I took this case on, I made sure to look at the video. He did not dump the bodies. He actually made sure and brought them into the hospital. It was during COVID. So at that time, they didn't even open the hospital doors. He was outside of Kaiser for a long time.
Can I stop you right there, Rhonda, just for a moment? Because I was curious about that, too. I want to show the pictures that we have of the surveillance camera, because I can tell you right now, he didn't walk them into the hospital. This van pulled up, and they pulled the body of one of the women, Christy Giles, out of it. She was DOA, so he did not walk her in. And Hilda Cabrales Arzola was taken to a whole other hospital, Kaiser Permanente, West Los Angeles, and wasn't taken there for another 2 hours. So what do you suppose was going on there, especially in the fact that they had their license plates were off the car and they were masked?
So as you can see, one of the people that is putting her on the gurney, this one with the design on his back, that's David. David is helping them to put her in, and you're showing the video You're not showing the entire video because he walks in and out of the hospital several times. He gets the mask from the security. So that's not what happened. He didn't dump them at the curb. As the DA said, he did actually put them into the hospital.
Okay.
At this time, they don't want him in the hospital.
I do want to, way back in February.
Yo, that shit is crazy, man. How did I put this? If I am in his position, I'm not doing drugs, I'm not smoking, I'm not drinking. I need a clear head to do my job. Not even just to do my job, just because I want to be healthy and I want to be cognizant of my surroundings, of obtaining the fullest experience of life as possible. I don't feel at this particular point in life that I need an enhancement outside of what I already biologically have to enjoy anything. You've already put yourself in harm's way right there. But here's another thing. Whether or not you believe that this man intentionally did any of what he's been accused of, or it was on purpose, the fact of the matter is he set the stage for all of this to happen. All of it. From the minute that he became a well-known producer to the second he began to pop pills, pop bottles, whatever his choice of pleasure was, engaging with different women, all of that came from decisions that he made leading up to this. Because guess what? If he would have taken a different route, you wouldn't have these allegations. He wouldn't be sentenced to 146 years. He wouldn't be accused of rape, murder. You put yourself in this spot. The evidence shows. The evidence also has brought you to a point where now you have multiple attorneys trying to fight for you, or they failed to fight for you. They're trying to say, well, he didn't intentionally dump these people off. He didn't just unalive them, and he's not the cause for the actual death. He didn't put the drugs in their body. He didn't do that. They did that on their own. Right. Well, you facilitated a space for these scenarios to happen regardless. And on top of that, you don't have tags on the car. Why not? If you're so innocent. I don't feel bad for bro at all. No. I believe he's one of them folks that you see and you just think, oh, they're just one of these rich, famous, popular people who are living the best life and they're a great contributor to society, when really they're just monsters. Which is why I said, you forget sometimes that these people are just human like us, hiding behind their tag and all that whole time. They're the people you want your kids to stay away from. Is he guilty? Is he innocent? Does he deserve the full 146? Talk to me.
Welcome aboard the flight. This is pilot Kushite talking. We going back to Memphis and coming straight from New Orleans. The estimated time of arrival is about an hour, and I can turn your ghost if you try and play with my power. So when you look up and see the sun flashing, stay in your seat. If the flight attendant say you making trouble, then we got beef. The turbulence might get rocky. You better not spill your food. This is bad.